Our insistence on doing things the right way may afford those who have looted this country some temporary relief. But let me be clear, it will not grant them permanent escape.
Yes, Samson, thank you and good morning. In the first place, I think, well, the two of you being lawyers to my right, there is a saying, I'm told, that the wheels of justice grind slowly. I also recall that in a haste to prosecute some time back, or some years back, we had an embarrassing situation of the president versus Chachu Chikata. I think that the president, John Mahama, has made it very clear that indeed he wants to recover all loot. He, however, is not in a haste to do so and then stumble and fall. After all, he is aware that he has a 4-year period to do so. I even saw on your screen the top 5 priorities of the NDC government when we assume office. Economy, unemployment, education, corruption, and the health. These are major issues that ought to be addressed and are being addressed. If my brother to my right cares to know, and disappointingly, he wants us to wait until the National Cathedral. In fact, this is something he should not dare to even talk about. The National Cathedral, we should wait until all monies are expended before we can then now cry wolf that you have not done the project. I am so sorry. That is the most unfortunate submission to make. If he cares to know, it's a Sipon stadium under your constituency.
No, it's not.
Okay. You recall the finance minister, the past finance minister, Ken Oforiatta, in his submission to Parliament, did make us know that renovation works on the Esipon Stadium had reached 90%. 90%. And if anybody, including even a toddler who is in nursery school, visited that place, from that time till date, it has not even gotten to 5%. And so, having experience of what some of your cohorts are known for, you think that Ghanaians should wait again. And because the National Cathedral had not been completed, they had no right to talk about these or even say that you have not finished and all of that. And you are asking how 21 billion will be retrieved? I am surprised again that is coming from you as a judge, as a lawyer. Because even if I dupe my brother here and I spend that money and I'm found culpable that I have done the wrong thing, whichever way it has to be retrieved, that must be retrieved.
There's no expiry to crime, as they say.
At all. So I am surprised with the submissions he is making in relation to that. I take comfort.
But you know about concealment. Mm-hmm. The criminals, they are miles ahead of the law.
Oh, yes.
So the longer it takes,
the better it is for them.
The more room they get to conceal the loot.
I have always said that, for instance, when you take even our security in particular, you will need every 24 hours to be very vigilant. The terrorist or the exploiter need just a second loophole and then you get access. So I understand that, no doubt about it. But we all know the same, like I said, that the wheels of justice grind slowly. And you see, in as much as you are here saying, where will they get the 21 billion? We are waiting. Because you want to take excitement in the fact that let them hasten to do this and stumble and fall, then we'll say, didn't we tell you? No, President Mahama is very meticulous. He is very careful. He is very steady and focused. And it will not take you to dictate for him how this process should go. And after all, he is not the one in charge. There are processes, there are protocols.
You mean Doma level?
Well, Doma level and others.
Too, yeah.
You see, and I think that Mr. Doma level also knows the legal processes himself. It can be frustrating sometimes. But one significant take out from this is that it tells you that the Ghanaian out there was very convinced that the past administration was more than corrupt and want to see prosecutions. I remember during the campaign, many were the people who confronted you and were like, to wait, if you come to power and you don't even do anything, just make sure you jail these thieves. These are the sayings of Ghanaians. And it is not different from today. So when some of them are having the voices to speak out loud to say that they are delays are not denials, and therefore when there are delays, it's understandable. That
did you hear Fifi Kwete recently?
I listened to that.
That people within your own ranks,
okay,
were cutting deals,
so
seeking to sabotage these prosecutions.
I am glad this matter has been raised.
Them.
When Fifi Kwete, our General Secretary, spoke on that day, he spoke in context at the venue. He was speaking to the lawyers. And so he was espousing what he felt was a major concern that needed to be addressed, and then to the lawyers.
So what context is that?
No, many thought that...
It wasn't meant for our ears.
No. Many thought that what he was saying was for the generality of everybody. That maybe even somebody like me, right? Elikem, is doing so. But because he felt... because he felt...
He was talking facts. He was not talking rumor.
Well, he was talking...
People know some of the situations that he was speaking to.
You see.
Where people within the government, high up, have picked the phone and called prosecutors to tell them, let this man, let go of this man. Don't prosecute them.
I said this on the program before, and let me repeat it here. For instance, in the case, the Summer Boy incidents at Konta Mining and all that, I was there. After that, I wrote something, the facts as I knew it, when I went onto the field on my timeline. I think less than a week afterwards, I had a call from Chairman Wontumi. I didn't have his number. He called me and said, Elikem, this is Chairman Wontumi. I said, yes. He said, see, this is Chairman Wontumi. I said, huh? Now, Elikem, now, say, who boss your madam for pardon now, yeah, sir. They will try, I would write to my lawyers. I said, I don't have anything doing in Kumasi. I am in Accra. Yes, there may be instances of that. What Wontumi never called me before. He has not been my friend. I have never engaged him in any way. Suddenly, I was part of a team that went for an operation where his name popped up, and I put out the facts as I knew it over there on the ground when I was there. Then suddenly he called me. What was he trying to do? So there will be instances of that nature. I have had instances where I'm sure everybody here can attest to that. There may be an instance where you may be fighting something, and a friend, a colleague, a schoolmate may call, oh, Charlie, this matter you talk, the guy be my friend. Oh. It does not necessarily mean that you should bend the rule, but it's also just an alert that maybe in case there's something you can do, or if the gravity...
If it doesn't mean necessarily that you should bend the rule,
yes,
you shouldn't be concerned that somebody called you. You shouldn't be concerned that you were called at all, and that you were as you alleged.
So that is why
he called you and sought to invite you. When are you coming to Kumasi? If it meant nothing, why should we bother?
Yeah, that is what I'm saying, that the gravity also matters. So the gravity in this context will be able to help you to even tell, no, this one, this, that, no. But you see, I take comfort in the fact that the Ghanaian out there, including Mr. Domolovo, appreciate that still they have a strong belief a lot of loot went on, a lot of corruption went on, and some were very visible, very obvious. We can make mention of them probably when that right time comes, when we talk of PDS, when we talk of the others and all of that. The content there, everybody knew these things. And it is not only to the Domolovo, the media equally also knew all of this. So they only say that what you have said, please hasten the process. And there's no way government has said, okay, having gotten the information now, we think we cannot continue or we would. No, the government is being meticulous to make sure that due process is followed, and then you get watertight evidence so that when prosecution begins, it shall be untenable that one will be able to now come and say, I'm punching hole here, I'm punching hole there. We understand the judicial processes, that no matter how tight you have even prepared your docket, etc., somebody may also have a certain defense anyways. But you would want to make sure you have your facts very right. So Oral, as we all know, didn't have any prosecutorial powers or judicial powers then, but they have now submitted to the Attorney General, who will now take on that mantle of doing the needful. Then now come out to say, okay, I think we are convinced that so far out of the 2,400 complaints, we can start with 400 that are very concrete. The other 2,000, we are waiting for further and better particulars, or we are taking step A, B, C, D. And I'm not sure that anybody, and not even Mr. Domolovo, is expecting that all will be started within this time. But he says that 2 months. He says 9 months. It's a long time, too long. I understand, and it is because of his personality, which is why it has become even a subject of discussion. There may be another person or persons watching us now who also say,
how is it 9 months?
Since they got in the power.
When did his committee?
They submitted in February.
Fair.
They submitted in February.
Towards the end of February also.
That's right.
So when is work even going to start? When we invest, so it's not 9 months. Just to correct that.
If it's priority,
let's just
if
agree.
it is priority,
Something. Let's just agree.
Almost
it's not 9
9
months.
months.
It's
Almost
not
9
This is
months.
just about a 7 months matter. I'm not saying it's. There's no reason for a discussion. But let's get the data right. It's not as though from day one
they submitted their report on the 10th
of February.
Correct.
Okay, very much so.
It's almost 9 months.
It's not 9 months. No. It's 7 months.
7 months.
It is not 9 months.